Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Washington Nationals going up against the Colorado Rockies. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. And Chris, we've got an opportunity to watch one of the true superstars in the sport, Carter. Always exciting to see him in action, and it seems like he consistently finds a way to impact the game.
Yeah, Boog, it's offensively at the plate, defensively when he's on the bases. And this guy's just a heads-up player, but he's got so much talent, and he makes the most of that. I believe it starts with his preparation because you never see him give away an at-bat.
All right, first pitch coming up. And today's starter, Antonio Senzatella.
Yeah, got the W last time out. 6 innings, a quality start. Hey, if a guy will give you that, you'll take it every single time.
Digging in is the switch hitting outfielder, Tim Raines.
Number 30, Tim Raines.
The pitch. Tapped up the first base side. The flip to the pitcher covering, out on a bang-bang play. As we take a look at the Nationals lineup, it features a great veteran presence, Vladimir Guerrero.
Boog, it's kind of a joke that this guy's got a career OPS over 900. I mean, there are a lot of players that hope that they can just do that in one season, but he's done it his entire career. And in reality, there's only about 60 players that can claim that type of production.
And a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Up now for Washington, Vladimir Guerrero.
Kind of a throwback. No batting gloves.
First pitch just misses. That's a strike. Senzatella throw to first. And he's back standing. Ball to strike. The pitch. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Here comes a pitch. Tried to check his swing there. Now an appeal to first. And yes, he did. Jerry Hillsdale rings him up. Now here is Gary Carter. First offering, and it just misses. And that's outside. Chris, with that distraction and a speedy guy at first, he's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
Lifted in the air, right center field. Walker on the move. Got it. Nice grab. And that will end the inning. So one left for Washington. And now the Rockies will go on offense for the first time. There's no score. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back here at Coors Field, getting the nod in this one, Mackenzie Gore. What's the scouting report on him?
Well, last time out, thought it was going to be pretty good, but wasn't able to make it out of the second inning. A real shocker. So he's fresh, and having had an opportunity to look at that last start, I expect him to be a lot better in this one.
So in now for Colorado, Todd Helton.
For the Rockies.
He's a left-handed batter who still comes up with good contact and a good average against left-handed pitchers. First pitch, not close. All right, so you hit lefty. What makes it so hard to face a left-handed pitcher?
Left-handers, they just seem to have different arm angles. So to keep that front shoulder in there and really discipline yourself can be tough sometimes. But the guys that do it well, man, I tip my cap to them every day.
The wind of the pitch. Check swing, went around, and the count is 3-1. Helton checks his swing, appeal to third, and that's a swing according to umpire Mike Fillmore. Cuts and misses, it's a strikeout.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Here's Chris Bryant now. That pitch gets the inside corner, and it's 0-1. Ball one there. And 1-2.
Well, they just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
One down, base is empty. Bryant checks his swing. Now it appeal to first, and he went around. That's ruled a swing.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top two guys in a lineup to start an inning, you got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
Carter stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. That misses. 2 balls, no strikes to count.
Looks really sharp at the start of this one. This is how it's going to be today. It's going to be a tough one for this lineup.
Next pitch is outside. Ball 3. Dante Bichette up next. The wind of the pitch.
Throughout history, the fastball down has been the most successful pitch. Guys can handle a little bit better these days, but they, of course, still prefer something built high.
Dives, and he can't hang on. No throw, and so they end up with some speed on at first.
Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Dante.
Next is the designated hitter, Dante Bichette. Now snap throw to first, and he's back in easily. Off the mark there, and that is ball 1. Step off, throw to first. Carter gets back easily. The 1-0. Hard hit, right side. To first, and that is the inning. So 1 left for Colorado, scoreless after 1. And welcome back. Now it's the DH, Joey Meneses.
Joey Meneses.
Senzatella back to work. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. That clips the inside corner for a strike. Rusty Valentine doing the umpiring behind the dish for us. Maybe the best name in the league.
Yeah, that's a solid one, no doubt. I mean, who's better to ask than you? I kind of wonder if Rusty's his actual name or just a nickname.
Yeah, no clue. On the ground. And quickly one away in the second.
Anyways, Rusty's got a good zone, very good on the corners of the plate, but he'll give pitchers a little bit above the letters and below the knees if they're earning it.
Now batting Jamer Candelario. In there for strike one. Smoked on the ground a second. Tosses to first. And a couple of quick outs.
This lineup's going to have to find a way to make him work a little harder out there on the mound. I mean, he is just mowing them down. He's settling in. You got to make him uncomfortable. Maybe step out of the box, call timeout, do whatever it takes.
Luis Garcia, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike one. That one's in there. 0-2.
Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt in the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
Drops into the glove. That is the inning. Nothing doing for Washington. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's the power speed combo. Larry Walker.
Not only can he hit the cover off the ball, he's got a great eye as well.
The wide to kick the pitch. Ripped on the ground a second. On to Chavis. One up, one down.
Batting fifth, the third baseman,
Vinny Castilla digs in now. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. And that's through there for a strike.
Well, he didn't like those first two pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
No score here in the second. That misses the zone. It's a ball and two strikes. And that's in the dirt. The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. Still able to get it there in time. So a tough play, but they do get out number two.
Red ball. Griffin.
Randall Grichuk now. And that's in there for strike one.
Go ball. One strike.
Kicks and deals. On the ground right side. On to Chavis. Inning over. Nothing across here this half. We head on down to the top of the third. We're tied 0-0. Well, here we go. Top of the third. Scoreless game. Here's Lane Thomas.
Number 28. Lane
Senzatella, 28 years old. And he was born in Venezuela. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Late on that fastball. The 1-1. Swinging a foul straight back. Swings and lines a base hit into left field. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Throw, and it gets away.
Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
And now it's Michael Chavis. Homered in the ball game yesterday afternoon. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike one. Top of the third, no score. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of a double play here.
And now 1-2.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
Blows the high heat past him. That's a strikeout.
Well, that high four-seam fastball has become such a staple as a strikeout pitch over the years. And what's so tough as a hitter is that you see it extremely well. The problem is the velocity and spin rate just happens to jump by you. You expand your zone, you don't stay tall on the backside, and you're really not even able to make contact. If you do, many times it's a pop-up.
Sends a throw to first. Thomas back on a dive. Now Tim Raines. Now a pop-up on the infield. Castilla makes the grab. And there's 2 down.
The batter, number 5, shortstop, C.J.
Here's C.J. Abrams to hit. Single to right in his first trip. Abrams batting second in today's lineup, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Swings through that one. 0-1.
In the on-deck circle, you really want to use that opportunity to see some pitches and time up the fastball. Last thing you want to do is miss a good hittable fastball early in the count.
Out there to center. And that'll fall for a base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. These days, most outfielders play pretty deep, and I'm not sure if that was a factor there or not, but off the bat, you're thinking it's going to be a pop-out, and it just kind of nestled into that spot where no one was able to get to it. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
2 outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. Lined, and that's a base hit. The throw home. And they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. First and second, 2 outs. And it's the catcher for the Nationals, Gary Carter. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. There's a strike. And that's outside. First and second, 2 down. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. They get a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Nationals 1 and the Rockies 0. bottom of the inning. Now the Rockies catcher, Brian Servin.
The catcher, Brian Servin.
The pitch. And first offering is fouled off. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike two.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they are creeping into my mind right now.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Thomas settles under this one. He's got it. One down.
Batting ninth, the shortstop.
Now it's the shortstop, Ezekiel Tovar. Ball one, no strikes.
1-0.
Bottom of the zone and a called strike.
That's excellent location on the fastball right there early in this game. If he can do that all game, it should be a good outing for him.
And a 1-1. In the air to left center. That gets down for a hit. And now the lineup turns over with one away.
Now
that ball right there landed in what they call a no man's land, meaning it's not really a spot on the field where you can expect anyone to get to it easily. I mean, it's a tough play going back for the shortstop, but also for the outfielders trying to come in. They got to go a long way as well.
The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Throw to second. Tag, and he's out. A bullet throw by Gary Carter.
Not a fast runner on the base path, so this kind of looks like it was a hit and run call from the dugout. Got to make contact some way or somehow, because that guy's not going to be able to steal second base and be safe.
That one misses, and the count even 1-1. Good eye right there.
Well, he's so great about hitting the ball the other way. He gets those arms extended. So right there, just trying to straighten him up a little bit so he doesn't have as much outside plate coverage.
Next offering is downstairs. There's a swing and a miss.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
Out to short. Sneaks through. Base hit. Keeps the inning alive, and now Chris Bryant to the plate.
Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Chris Bryant gets a chance to hit here. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Snap throw to first. Helton back in on a dive. Bryant goes 6 feet 5 inches, 31 years old, and he's a former Rookie of the Year. First offering misses the mark.
1 ball, no strikes.
In the dirt, blocked. And the runner stays where he is. There's a strike. 2-1 now. pitch out to first base, and he snags it to end the inning. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. On to inning number 4. It's the Nationals 1 and the Rockies nothing. Back here at the ballpark, and now the DH, Joey Meneses.
Joey Meneses.
The wind and the pitch. Misses off the inside. Ball 1. There's a strike.
If you're not ready for that pitch, you're just going to swing and miss or pop it up, waste the at bat. If you're going to let it go, you better be ready to swing it.
Next one misses, and it's 2-1. Swing and a miss.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing plane.
This one popped up. Senzatella makes the catch. 1 away.
That was a good hard fastball with some nice ride up in the zone right there. Hitter looked like he was on it, but I think that velocity at the end just beat him. Instead of a line drive or something hit deep, it's a pop up and an easy out for the defense.
Stepping in, Jamer Candelario.
0-1.
Righty to the plate. Liner snagged at first.
The batter number 2, second baseman,
And now it's Luis Garcia. First time up was a pop out. In there, and it's 0-1.
It's just been an impressive outing so far. Continues to pound the zone pitch after pitch, and he's been able to stay down. That's what's been key.
Left-hand batter waits. Pitch misses. 1 ball, 1 strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow left field. Dives and makes the catch.
Just a beautiful play. Where's the cape? In the air like Superman. Diving catch, and he ends the inning.
Back here in Denver, here's the second baseman, Carter. Great speed and great power. A great athlete, quite simply. And he deals. That's in there. Strike 1.
When you have a real athletic player and who's able to do the baseball mechanical things really well, look out, because the sky's the limit on that potential.
The pitch. That one off the bad part of the bat, just a lazy fly ball. Dunks one into left.
No, he didn't get much of that one, but it's going to look like a line drive in the box score tomorrow. He probably would have been able to drive that pitch on the outside if he let it just get a little deeper and look to hit it to the opposite field. But he made it work out. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
And next is the designated hitter, Dante Bichette. Step off throw to first, and he's back in there. And there's the strike. Nobody out, runner at first. Misses inside, and 1-1. And That's downstairs and outside.
Well, with the amount of pitches that can end up in the dirt, a good secondary lead doesn't have to get away from the catcher, but if you're anticipating based off the trajectory, get yourself into scoring position.
Check swing, no appeal, and now 3-1. Now snap throw to first. Carter back easily. Another throw over. And he's back again. Back to first. And once again, he's back in safely. And the pitch. On the ground to third. Diving! And he can't make the play. And now runners at the corners. Nobody out.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
Larry Walker now at the plate. And what a two-way player, not just offensively, but as good a defensive outfielder as there is in the game. In there for strike one. No outs. Runners at first and third. Next offering is in for a strike.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
And here it comes. And a swing and a miss. Huge strikeout there.
Well, classic pitch sequencing there to change eye levels for the punch out. That fastball on the pitch before was up. It was very competitive, and that gets you thinking that he might try to climb the ladder. But then the curveball out of that same tunnel just falls off the table, and you can't make contact.
So up next, Vinny Castilla. Grounded out his first time up. There's a strike.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boo.
Runners are at the corners, one away. Edge of the zone for a strike, and it's 0-2.
Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch that's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Going to count 1 and 2.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended. What you have to be careful of is that pitch that's up, that's in on your hands. That'll pop you up in the infield, and that's exactly.
Diving, and he can't make the play. The tying run is in to score from third. We're tied at 1.
Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over. Didn't make quality contact on the ground ball to the pull side, but sometimes it's just a matter of finding the hole in the defense.
Next for Colorado, Randall Grichuk. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at-bat. Check swing, but he went too far. 0-1. The pitch. On the ground, right side. And foul ball.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
The 0-2. And ball 1.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Now batting.
Next to hit for the Rockies, Ryan Serven. 0 for 1 with a flyout. And Chris, his big strength is defense, but it is interesting in today's world of baseball compared to when you played. A good defensive catcher is considered differently.
Whatever you get offensively is a bonus, but he's got to put the fingers down. He's got to present pitches to the umpire. They're going to help his pitcher get more strikes.
And now 2-0. Missing inside, and that's ball 3.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if they'll walk you.
Ezekiel Tovar and the Colorado on deck circle. And they're all loaded up.
Well, that sets up a really big at bat in this game. These are the moments when everyone in the stadium gets really locked in.
2 outs, bases full. So in now for Colorado, Ezekiel Tovar. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Check swing. Now we'll look down to first. And he won around. Just enough that time. 2 outs. Bases are full. Ripped to third, but handled. And that'll end the inning. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. All even now at 1-1. New inning getting started. And now up for Washington, Lane Thomas.
Lane Thomas.
Senzatella back to work. And first offering is fouled off.
Well, these Nats just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Thomas tries to hold up, appeal to first, and Jerry Hillsdale says he went around. Outside.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
And down on strikes he goes. And the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th. And it's Michael Chavis at the plate. Went down on strikes his first time through. In there at the knees. 0-1. Righty delivers. And that's too high.
The offense needs to start showing some fight against this starter. He's doing his thing out there. They're going to have to push back at some point and make him work a little bit harder.
Hard on the ground to first. And he takes it himself for the out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Back to the top of the lineup, Tim Raines digging in for the Nationals. Clips the corner. Strike 1.
Backdoored him with a breaking ball. Just got the corner. There's nothing you can really do with that.
And now the count is even. 2 down, nobody on. Inside, just missed. And he bunts, but that's a foul ball. Here's a 2-2.
3-2.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Payoff pitch. Out to short. Tovar. Throw to first is in time. Out number 3. And the Nationals gone in order. Still tied 1-1. Welcome back. And here's the first baseman, Todd Helton.
The first baseman, Todd Helton.
And a pitch. On a line out towards center. And a quick out, number 1.
Up next to Colorado, the left fielder,
Chris Bryant digging in for the Rockies. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
Not sure if he was expecting for the pitcher to come right at him, but he got a nice cookie there and just watched it the entire way.
And a pitch. And that one is inside.
1-2.
In the air, right field. And it stays fair. Makes the turn and heads for second. Not stopping. He's going for 3. Oh, the throw is over his head. He'll make it up to third, and I'm sure that'll be an error of the outfielder.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
Runner at third with 1 gone. Carter digging in for the Rockies. This guy, one of the best contact men in the sport as well. Outstanding on the defensive end. And a pitch. That one ripped but foul. 1 away with a runner at third. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. In comes the run from third. And a 2-1 ball game now. Well, he delivers in a huge spot right there.
Well, he's so dialed in. I don't think he even realizes how much pressure exists out there. Very easy swing, nice and relaxed. This is the type of approach you want to see guys take in this situation.
So next will be the 4-hole hitter for the Rockies, Dante Bichette. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads.
1-0.
Pitch out, but no action. The 1-0. And that's a strike. Activity in the Washington bullpen. Patrick Corbin looks to be getting ready for Dave Martinez. Thompson, the right-hander, also getting loose. Step off, throw to first, and he's back safely. The 1-1. Good eye right there. The 2-1. And there's the strike.
No, there's a pitch we haven't seen in a while. It's going to be tough on the hitters if he can mix that in whenever he wants.
There goes the runner. There's a ball. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
Well, with that kind of elite arm he has behind the plate, man, it's a pretty big deal when you can swipe a bag against this dude. Maybe more than anything, it prevents teams from just testing him, thinking that they can even steal a base. But right here, they successfully moved that runner up to scoring position. Good job.
3-2 now. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. 1 out and a runner at second. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. And it's ball 4. He missed down low.
Pitch count's getting up there now, and not saying that's the reason for this walk, but this is the point in the game when every sign of wavering starts to get everyone's attention.
First and second, 1 out. Next for Colorado, Larry Walker. And that one sliced foul. The 0-1. Just missed.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Next offering is in for a strike.
He's been able to go inside as well as outside, effectively working both sides of the plate in this at bat.
Next pitch is in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. At the belt and fires. Can't connect on the curveball, struck him out.
I got to think that was the plan all the way. He set him up with a high fastball and then bury that curveball down low to get him swinging. Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a devastating combination.
Vinny Castilla digging in for the Rockies. That's in for a strike. And now the lefty in the air, right field. Guerrero moving under it. Puts the squeeze on that one. And that ends the inning. But the RBI single pushes across a run. And this is now a 2-1 ball game. You're dialed into the show. Back here at Coors Field, start of the 6th, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, C.J. Abrams. Senzatella back to work. And a swing and a line drive at a right field. He dives, but he can't make the catch.
Oh, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Vladimir Guerrero digging in for the Nationals.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
That one missed. And the righty deals. In the air, right field, pretty well struck. That's back. Can't get there, base hit. Lead runner makes the turn at second. Throw comes in. Runner stopped. Second and third. Nobody out.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. A lot of times in today's game, right fielders are able to get to a ball that stays in like that, but he hit that one pretty well. And if he hits it just a little bit different on the barrel, it's out of here easily. But there's nothing wrong with the extra bases right there. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Gary Carter. And the first offering is not close. There's a strike.
One way to make a guy real uncomfortable at the plate is pound him inside with good velocity. They're doing that right here.
Base runners at second and third here. No outs. Swing and a miss. And that is strike two. Bullpen activity starting up now. Justin Lawrence getting ready to come on for Bud Black. Suter getting cranked up as well. 1-2 now. Stays alive. The pitch. Got him. And one away.
So far, just one of those days for this lineup. You get a couple of runners on, and you're looking at having a big inning, and that strikeout right there just pours water on the fire. Look for the next hitter to step up and try to do something, pick up his teammate and his club.
Meneses in the box now. Takes strike one.
Really good job in this spot to get ahead in the count. He's going to have to finish off this hitter.
Hit softly on the ground to third. Tosses across to first, but the game is tied as the run comes in. Jeimer Candelario digging in for the Nationals. Pitch is in there. That's strike one. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Splits the plate, and the count is 0-2. This one kicks away a little as he can't squeeze it. In there safely. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance.
Well, that right there can be a tough read as a runner on second to see if the ball has gotten away enough to move to third. You have to be sure you can make it because you're already in scoring position. Well, he was sure there, and now he's only 90 feet away from scoring.
1-2 now. That one is absolutely belted. And it bangs off the top of the wall. In to score is the runner from third. 3-2, they take the lead. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double. Now it's the second baseman, Luis Garcia. On the ground to the left. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. And he beats it. He's safe.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he can handle. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Rockies bullpen. Antonio Senzatella is done, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute. New pitcher in the game for the Rockies, Justin Lawrence.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their guys a chance to fight back into the game.
So digging in, Lane Thomas. First pitch just misses. Corners are occupied with 2 down. That one close, ruled a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. And that's in there at the knees. Ground ball right side. They limit the damage here. So it's 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors and a couple left on. 7, 8, 9, 2 up in the home half of the inning. It's the Nationals 3 and the Rockies 2. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Patrick Corbin.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Randall Grichuk digging in for the Rockies.
The center fielder, Randall Grichuk.
The wind of the pitch. And that's outside. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Hunter Harvey looks to be getting ready for Dave Martinez. Machado warming up as well. The lefty, the 1-0. Out front with the swing, and that is strike 1.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Puts it in the air out towards left center. Thomas ranging to his right. Nice grab on the run. And there's one away.
The catcher,
Brian Serven digging in for the Rockies. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor. And a couple of quick outs.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace. I was always told it's hard to take you off the field when you play really good defense, especially at a premier position, and that's what he does.
Liner, base hit. And that turns the lineup over.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
So the Rockies lineup turns over. Todd Helton digging in for the Rockies. And that's in there for strike 1.
The hitting's going to come around. He's going to figure it out. But right now, his big asset is the way he plays the game on defense.
And the 0-1. Slider misses outside. Two outs. And there's a ball.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
And a 2-1 on the way. And another ball.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Laced into left. That's a base hit. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball. Now a pretty big at bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
The new pitcher in the game, Hunter Harvey.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
So 2 down. Chris Bryant digging in for the Rockies. That one at triple digits.
1 strike.
The pitch. And now 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Out to short. Save!
Oh, he's in there.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. Chance now to even this game if they can put a ball in play, maybe an error, maybe a hit.
And stepping in is the speedy Carter. This guy with light tower power. And that's outside. And it's 1-0.
1 ball. No strike.
And the right-hander deals.
Pressure's on right here. 2-0 count, bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in or on. He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
All loaded up. Dangerous hitter at the plate.
Good pitchers make pitches in big situations, and right here with a middle of the order hitter up, runner in scoring position, he's got to find a way to throw a quality strike.
3-0 down. Ripped, but it curls foul. Right-hander kicks, deals. And a curve drops in for a strike.
As a hitter, you don't know what to expect here in the 3-2. If he'll throw a breaking ball 3-1, he'll do it again 3-2.
Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
Back here at the ballpark, we go to the top of the 7th. Up now for Washington, Michael Chavis. And he deals. Swings through that one out in front that time. And it's even up. Here comes a pitch.
Whoa. 2-1.
Good eye right there.
This is a really good feeling for a hitter. At this point in the ball game, you know that they don't want to walk you, so you're going to get a pitch to hit. You just better not miss it.
Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
So the Nats lineup turns over. Here's the left fielder, Tim Raines. Runner at first with no outs here. Bunting, and he pops it up. And there's one away. And they almost caught him, but he's back in time.
The bat,
C.J. Abrams getting ready to hit.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
That one finds the zone. That's strike 1.
This guy absolutely flies. The defense wants to turn 2, but they've got to get a ball they can do it with. Make sure you get the first out before you try to rush and get 2 and end up with nothing.
And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it. Well struck right field. Walker going back some more to the warning track, makes the catch.
Up next for Washington, the right fielder,
Vladimir Guerrero digging in for the Nationals. First offering misses badly for ball one. Kicks and deals. That one missed. That misses the zone. And now 3-0. Gary Carter in the on deck circle. Swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. He gets there to make the play. A nice running grab. And that is the inning. Nationals lead one. And it remains a 3-2 ball game. Now on the mound for the Nationals, Andres Machado. He's making his second appearance of the season.
Now pitching for Washington, number 57, Andres Machado.
Well, one-run game. Now it's the DH, Dante Bichette.
A lot of times you're looking for a guy to get that tying run on base, but because of the power, you want him to tie up the game with one swing here.
First pitch, and he just misses. Just missed.
2-0 count to a guy like this at the plate. You've got to throw a pitcher's pitch. Don't just try to get a strike. He could make you pay.
Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. And it's 2-1 now. They say you win. Next offering is down low. Larry Walker waits on deck. Out to short, Abrams. Tosses to first, and they get the leadoff hitter in the seventh.
Now back, right fielder, Larry.
And here is Larry Walker.
Well, look out here. He's going to come up ready to swing in this situation.
That's down and in.
1 ball, no strike.
The next offering misses. Now 2-0. The tying run at the plate. That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. The wind of the pitch. And a good eye there. Ripped into left center for a base hit.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Here's the third baseman, Vinny Castilla. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
1-run game, 1 out, 1 on. That one not close. 2-0. With a single base runner, because of all the power, they are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead. Throw to first, and he's just back in. Oh, close play. Back over to first, and he's back in that time as well. Swung on, belted. That one carrying. Out of here. His second of the year, and they jump in front in the 7th. It's 4-3. Let's break out the StatCast numbers. At Singy, it tells us this home run was projected at more than 450 feet.
Yeah, and not many players can hit home runs as far as this one. That's a special feeling, and I'm sure he was giggling a little bit as he was jogging around the bases. That was one heck of a swing he put on the baseball.
They hand the ball over to a new arm, Carl Edwards Jr.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
So up next, Randall Grichuk. First offering, and it just misses. The pitch. That's in there, and it's 1-1. Still only 1 out here in the inning. One, two now.
That's the ball.
And now the count filled up 3-2. And he walked him.
Now batting, catcher.
Man at first, and now Ryan Serven. And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Righty to the plate. On the ground, out to short. And it finds its way through for a hit. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only 1 away.
Up next to Colorado,
Ezekiel Tovar digging in for the Rockies.
Really nice swing in his last at bat. Shot a line drive into center field.
That one's in there, 0-1.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
And the 0-1. That's a little bit low. The pitch. Ground ball, could be 2. Garcia to second. There's 1. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
Well, that's great hustle out of the box to get down the line, knowing that a double play will end the inning. Good job at the finish, reaching out for the bag. Now they got runners on the corners and still an opportunity to pick up some runs.
Todd Helton digging in for the Rockies.
Showed a really nice opposite field approach in his last at bat.
Swings through that one for strike one. Next pitch misses, and it's 1-1. And downstairs.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Left-hand hitter waits. That one a little bit high. 3-1. Chris Bryant waiting for a turn at the plate. And the pitch. The right-hander gives up the 2-out walk.
A real bad time for a walk. You're trailing in this ball game, trying to keep things close. They've been in a difficult spot, and things aren't getting any easier.
2 outs, bases full. Next to hit for the Rockies, Chris Bryant.
It's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion, and he's in full speed.
Fly ball down the line. And he boots it. 1 run's in. Now the second run is in. It's 6-3.
Little hesitation there led to the bad jump on a ball that really looked catchable. That allows a huge run to score late in this ball game.
Mason Thompson gets the ball now.
And this could be a pretty critical point in this game. They're hoping he's the guy to keep him within striking distance.
So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Carter digging in for the Rockies. This guy with big time power and an elite defender. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Two on, 2 outs. In there at the knees, and that's strike 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Runner from third comes across. It's 7-3.
I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done.
Dante Bichette, the next to hit. Gets the call, and it's 0-1.
Not the easiest thing when you're talking about a guy that's, perhaps is going to be in the rotation, maybe a long relief guy, to not start an inning, to come into an inning with pressure on it and try to get yourself comfortable.
And here it comes. And now it's even up. In the air, fairly deep to right field. Guerrero grabs it on the run. All in all, 10 come to the plate. They bat around at 5 score. 8th inning coming up. It's the Rockies 7 and the Nationals 3. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Brent Suter.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Here's the catcher to hit, Gary Carter. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. First pitch just misses.
You come into the game knowing that unless the ball's in the dirt or gets by him, we're probably not going to steal anything today. So that's where you want to get a little more aggressive on your secondary lead and hope that some base hits, some slugs, some home runs can come into play.
One strike.
Next offering is in the dirt.
Well, I'll say this as a former position player and base stealer. When you come into a game and you've got a guy like this behind the dish with a big arm, you really have to change your approach. Can't try to steal because you'll get thrown out. Maybe get a little bigger lead, be aggressive on the secondary. But this type of guy shuts the running game down.
That one ripped. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the third straight at bat.
Well, they've had a great plan of attack for him tonight. I mean, finding all the holes in his swing and his approach, just frustrating for him up there. You strike out a guy 3 times in a game, I think that guy's got to go back and really study some video with his hitting coach, figure out how they're beating him, make this adjustment really quick because word will get around the league in a hurry.
Meneses in now, takes ball 1 off the plate. In the air, right side. Walker under it, and there's 2 down.
Now batting.
2 outs, base is empty. Next to hit for the Nats, Jeimer Candelario.
Drove it off the wall last time, just missed out on a home run.
Swing and a ball hammered left field. Back there. It bangs off the wall. In safely with a double, his second of the day.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. This was a really nice swing. Didn't quite get enough behind it to get it out of here, but once it got over his head in left field, it was extra bases all the way.
And in scoring position with 2 away. Here's the second baseman, Luis Garcia. And a foul ball. Runner leads away at second. That one fouled off. Runner at second, 2 down. Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout. So 1 left for Washington. They're down 4. It's 7-3. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. So in now for Colorado, Larry Walker.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
And a pitch. That misses off the outside edge.
All these Rockies showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. The numbers say their chase rate or swings at pitches outside the zone is under 25%, and I think it's a big reason why they're scoring runs.
Right-handed reliever. In there at the knees. And it's 2-1.
By not chasing out of the zone, they're getting good pitches to hit. When you can do that, you have a much better chance to square up the baseball and do damage like they have so far.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time. And a pitch.
3-2.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Three-two now. And that's ball 4.
You know, I think he's okay with that outcome. It wasn't an intentional walk, but he wasn't exactly trying to attack the zone either.
So man aboard. Next for Colorado, Vinny Castilla.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
And there's the strike.
Some guys are just more confident if they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Out towards right center field. Guerrero after it. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down.
Now batting, the center fielder, Randall.
Kyle Finnegan taking over on the mound.
Attention, please. Now pitching for the Nationals, number 67, Kyle Finnegan.
Man at first. Here's the center fielder, Randall Grichuk. Pickoff move to first, and he's back in safely. There's a strike.
No ball. One strike.
Now 1-1. Check swing, went around, and the count 1-2. Got it by him for the K.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Guys become defensive, and all of a sudden, for the hitter, that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Serving. Stands in now and watches strike one. That misses. It's a ball and 2 strikes. And that's outside. Finnegan checks the runner. Walker dives back in safely. 2-2 now. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Struck him out looking. The Rockies strand 1, but they lead it by 4. It's 7-3. Back here in Denver, all set to start the 9th in this one. And now up for Washington, Lane Thomas. And a pitch. That clips a corner. Suter, 33 years old, and he found his way onto the team after being claimed off waivers. The pitch. Yeah, that skips in the dirt.
2-2.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. The 2-2. That one just misses.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Liner picked on the hop at first. Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. And the leadoff man retired here in the 9th.
Michael Chavis.
Here's Chavis now. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
And now 2 balls and a strike. What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely. And I think if push came to shove where they had to make a move during a game, it'd surprise a lot of people. You might even be able to put him in center field.
And that one is lifted in the air. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. Out number 2.
Up next to the Nationals.
So the batting order turns over. Up now for Washington, Tim Raines, as the Nationals are down to their final out. That one called a strike. It's 0-1. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike. Pitch misses inside. Now 1-2. 2 down, nobody on. That misses the zone. 2-2. Good eye in that spot.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. Got him. That's the ball game.
Well, this is exactly what these guys need to do. Take the first couple of games of this series, really take some of the pressure off. But when you're in this position, you have an opportunity to go for the jugular, and you want to do just that. Important to come out in Game 3, win that one, and you'll be looking very closely at a 4-game sweep.
7-3 is how this one ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.
The final line score for our ball game tonight. For the victorious Rockies, 7 runs on 16 hits. No errors. They left 13 men on base. For the Nationals, 3 runs on 9 hits. No errors. They left 7 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 11 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.